Alrighty, good Wednesday evening, Arkansas. This is Chief Forecaster Cameron back here once again. Need to give you guys a quick live video going over everything you need to know. So before you start spamming us with questions, I've got about 12 graphics I got to go over, and then we'll start diving into questions here, guys. So I'm gonna wait for just a little bit longer, let some people join in. I do realize it's 7 o'clock on a Wednesday night, and a lot of people have church. So if you missed this live stream, you can always rewatch it on Facebook or on YouTube. But let me see if we got a good amount of people joining in tonight here. So good evening, everyone. I got a lot of from Central Arkansas. Got some from Forest City, the Alma area, Fayetteville at this point, Whitehall. So just waiting for a few more people to come in, making sure everybody we can get as much as possible on this live stream so no one really misses the information. But if you miss it, it's no problem. We're going to be live once again tomorrow night, and then on Friday night, then on Saturday night, probably Sunday night too. And going into Monday here, okay? So, I think we've got a good amount of people here. We got 1,000 people on this live stream right now, guys. Y'all are awesome. So, let's get started. We're going to start you guys off with the Arctic outbreak tips. And I know you guys are probably joining immediately trying to figure out snowfall accumulation and all that. But I don't want you guys ignoring the cold air, okay? I know the winter weather is, is exciting. Everyone's trying to plan for it and everything. I want you guys to plan for the cold air as well, because of the fact that this is not going to be just a 20-degree event and then it's going to warm up. You're going to be talking about temperatures that are going to be below freezing for the next couple of days here, guys. So once we get past Friday, I'd say Saturday will probably be your last day to really get everything ready. And beyond Saturday, we could potentially be talking about temperatures below freezing, depending on the snowpack. Probably much of next week, guys. So I know the winter weather is important, but you got to get ready for the cold air too. So take advantage right now. Don't wait till Saturday to do all this, because you're going to be in a panic rush trying to get everything done. We've got time right now, okay? Make sure those exposed pipes are protected. Check on your outdoor faucets as well. Drip those indoor faucets, especially on Saturday. Be ready for the potential of below zero wind chills, guys, okay? Also the potential of power outages as well. So don't focus on, you can focus on the winter weather, but don't just let that be priority number one, because of the fact once the winter weather is gone, you're going to have temperatures that are going to be very, very frigid across the area here, okay? So also, if you're planning on traveling, and I have a lot of people that are planning to go to Kansas, they're going to Missouri. I have a couple of folks that are going to the Kansas City game up there. If you're planning on going north, temperatures are going to be a lot colder up there than they will be here in Arkansas. And we're already talking temperatures below zero here, so it's going to get even worse the further north you go. So make sure you have a full gas tank, blankets, gloves, hats, etc. Make sure you have that in your car just in case you get yourself into a situation. And also your pets as well. I know there's a lot of pets that like to be outside when it's super cold. Limit their time here, guys. So the next couple of days, we're going to be talking about hypothermia. We're going to be talking about frostbite, all the other stuff. So make sure that if you have any outdoor pets, bring them in. Let them stay in where it's warm. Don't let them be outside for no longer for about 5 to 10 minutes, guys. Okay, so first and foremost, this is very important as well. You got to know your counties. You got to know your cities. This is going to be very important over the next couple of days, because we're going to start rolling out accumulation maps, impact maps, frostbite potential, wind chill potential. All those graphics are going to be coming out over the next couple of days. So it's very important that you know where your counties are. It's almost crucial that you know where your counties are. When you start getting watches, or start getting warnings, you got to know where your counties are, guys. Not only where you are, but your surrounding counties as well. That's very, 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 very important at this point here, okay? So if you haven't already, go download our weather app. It is going to be arkansasweatherwatchers.com/app. It's going to have your radar. It's going to have all your notifications and everything like that here. So bear me for just a moment here. Let me make sure that I got this in the right sequence. So give me just 1 second, everyone. I'm gonna take this down for just a minute, and I'm gonna make sure that I got this in the right sequence here. So give me just 1 second, and because there were some graphics I wanted to come in order. So we've already gone over these two. Okay, so this one right here, and I was planning to do this last, but for some reason it's not syncing correctly on my side here. So this is the too early winter weather snowfall potential here. And I want to talk to you guys about this because I think this would probably set pretty much right now on everything. This map should not be taken for granted right now. This is just kind of a look on what we're looking at. Regardless, impacts are going to be high as we get towards Sunday night and into the Monday time frame here. So this is what we're kind of looking at right now. I want you guys to kind of look and see what we're looking at here. But this is kind of the too early snowfall totals map at this point. So I think Northern Arkansas right now is going to be the winners in terms of the snowfall potential. Now, this could easily come south, don't get me wrong. But across the board, 4 to 8 inches up there looks to be the solid bet at this time, with it being Wednesday. Central Arkansas, I would go more of 3 to 6 inches of snow because of the fact that I'm concerned about sleet mixing in, maybe a little bit of freezing rain mixing in as well, especially on the onset, which may cut into your totals. And then in Southern Arkansas, I'm not really too concerned about snowfall down there, but I am concerned about the potential of freezing rain and sleet down there in the Southern Arkansas here. So this is kind of a too early totals map here. I want you guys to kind of look at this right now. And if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. But this is what we're kind of thinking right now. I'm going to laugh my behind off if this ends up being our official snowfall totals map by the time we get into the weekend. But this looks pretty solid across the board right now here. So also I want to give a quick shout out to our new sponsor at this point. They do an amazing job over there in terms of plumbing. If you have any plumbing issues or anything like that, get in contact with them. One of my guys, can you send a link, because we posted about this earlier on. Could you put that in the comments there? It will tag them into that post. That way they can get themselves prepared for the incoming Arctic blast here. So this is what we're looking at right now. Like I mentioned before, don't take these totals and run with it. Don't take these totals and run with it at this point. It's just something that's going to involve a lot over the next couple of days here. So I want to make that perfectly clear. I want everyone to kind of look at this right now, get a good look at it. It's going to be posted on the page probably after this live stream. But this is what we're looking at here. Now, I have a question about the ice accumulation. Right now, I'm going to say no, because model data is overdoing the amount of warm air advection down there in Southern Arkansas, which means they're probably a little too warm with the temperatures, which in layman's terms, that means that this snowfall map could probably be underdone. It could mean that temperatures will be likely too cold to support ice down there in South Arkansas, and you could potentially be talking about close to a foot of snow for some folks in North and Central Arkansas. We'll have to wait and see. There's some model data that is really aggressive with the snowfall totals right now here. So that's why I kind of opted not to do the ice accumulation, because I've noticed a southern trend over the last couple of days, which would put most of the ice across Louisiana instead of Southern Arkansas, if that makes sense. So that's why I opted to do more snowfall than the ice right now here, guys. So timing, I'm going to answer the timing map here in just a little bit as well. You don't have to worry about that. But this is kind of what we're looking at this current point here. I don't know why this didn't go into order, but it is what it is here, okay? So this is the winter weather forecasting tool right now that we use here at Arkansas Weather Watchers, and we're now in that 3 to 4 day zone, okay? So we're talking storm type, timing, general details. Is it going to be snow, ice, mist, cold rain, impacts, all that other good stuff? This is when we start breaking all that information down. So right now, as it stands, and from a gut feeling perspective, I do believe this is probably going to be a major winter storm for us here in Arkansas. I'm pretty confident from everything I've seen in terms of ensemble data, operational data, everything I've seen. This is likely probably going to be a major winter storm for us here in Arkansas. Now the question is it going to be a snowstorm, or is it going to be a combination of freezing rain and sleet along with the heavy snow potential here? And we'll start breaking down timing over the next couple of days. I think if the trends were to hold right now, I do believe that we will have a really, really solid timing map out probably as early as probably Friday, because we got to get through tomorrow's severe weather threat first, and then we'll start talking about the timing for this winter storm potential here, okay? So this is the scenario map at this point. And what we're looking at this current time here is a slowed down, stronger system across the board. And this would bring the potential heavy snowfall for North and Central Arkansas down into portions of Southern Arkansas. Now, there's The uncertainty over the last couple of days has gone from North Arkansas to central, and now it's migrating its way southward, which means we're getting a better idea that this is going to be probably a high impacting winter storm across our area. South Arkansas right now, and just based off of what I'm thinking with model data, they're probably running a little bit too warm down there, and especially aloft, which means that you have the potential of freezing rain and sleet transitioning over to snow. Now, if the cold air is underdone with the computer model data, then you could potentially sneak a scenario where the entire state of Arkansas sees heavy snow, and then we just call it done. That's also a possibility. There's also another possibility that if this system is too far south, that some portions in northern Arkansas may end up getting cut off because of the amount of dry air that may try to sneak down into the board. So a lot of things that are evolving over the next couple of days. We're going to start breaking this down more and more. You'll start seeing more graphics about timing, accumulations, impacts, all the other good stuff. But I would say Saturday is the day that you need to be prepared for the potential, not only a winter storm, but also the potential of Arctic cold air moving southward as well here, okay? Now, this scenario, the last one, let me go back here. So this one here has a 60% chance of verifying right now. Probably by tomorrow, it's probably going to be 80. Just to be honest with you, it's probably going to be upgraded to 80 because everything I've seen across the board supports heavy snowfall potential, especially across northern and central Arkansas. So this is probably going to go up to 80. And this one right here with a faster, weaker system, I'll probably bring that down to about 20% because I'm not seeing any sort of data that's suggesting that this is going to be a very fast, weak system and it's going to bring light snow or light accumulations here. So if you're in favor of heavy snow here in Arkansas, the trends are your favorite right now. I want to make that clear. Will, thank you so much for letting me know about that. The ensemble means right now has about 3 inches of snow in central Arkansas. It's also 10 to 1 too. So you're probably talking about, I'd say about, you do the calculations, a little bit of Cameron's math here. It'd be about 6 to 7 inches of snow here in central. Probably almost a foot in northern Arkansas, and then probably about 2 to 3 in southern Arkansas. So, yeah, the guidance is definitely coming on board for potential high impacting winter storm here. Now, I want to make this clear too. We're not only going to focus on the winter storm potential here in Arkansas, we also have a severe threat to talk about. Okay, we have a severe threat tomorrow night into Friday. I would not be shocked based off everything I've seen so far. We may try to sneak an enhanced risk out of this. So don't be caught off guard tomorrow if we have a severe weather event tomorrow night into Friday morning. Don't be caught off guard by that. I've got 2,000 people on this live stream right now and an additional 1,000 on YouTube, which is about over 3,000 people in total. Very, very important that you don't overlook tomorrow night and Friday. We have a severe threat in place. Don't prioritize winter weather. You guys know full well here at Arkansas Weather Watchers, we go over severe weather and winter weather at the exact same time. So make sure that you're prepared for that. A lot of people probably don't even know there's even a thunderstorm threat tomorrow night because they're so focused on the snowfall potential and the cold air next week. This is going under the radar here, and we're letting you know that this is going under the radar, and it's something that you need to pay attention to. So tomorrow night, with the Arctic front coming in, you are going to have a line of thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorms will be possible. Damaging winds, large hail, and the potential of a few tornadoes will be possible. I'm taking 8 p.m. To 3 a.m. over there in western Arkansas will be the time frame. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. in the morning. It's going to be an overnight event, by the way. Going into central Arkansas, into southern Arkansas, and if our folks along the Mississippi River or just to the west of the Mississippi River, probably about 11 p.m. tomorrow evening going into 8 a.m. here. So just keep that in mind as we get towards tomorrow. Don't let this event sneak under you. I understand that everyone's trying to get ready for the winter storm. Don't let this severe threat go to the back of your mind and it's like, okay, nothing's going to happen. We still have that potential as we get towards tomorrow, okay? So this is the overall risk as we get towards tomorrow here. There's a slight risk for much of central and southern Arkansas, marginal across northern Arkansas at this point. All severe hazards are on the table. We're talking potential damaging winds, large hail, and the potential of an isolated tornado too. I'd like the moisture to come up a little bit more before we start talking a more solid tornado threat. But damaging winds and hail will be the primary threats across the board. And timing right now looks to be from 8 p.m. tomorrow evening till about 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday here, guys, okay? There's the tornado risk as well, and I promise you guys, I see all the questions coming in at this point. I promise you, I'm gonna get it. Okay, I want to make that clear at this point here. I want to go over both severe weather and winter weather at this current time. I know there's gonna be some folks that are gonna be run off about it, but we focus on both here. Okay, I get the winter weather that's coming up. I can't just sit here and ignore the severe threat, because a lot of people will be caught off guard tomorrow here. Okay, so we'll get into the winter weather coming up in a little bit, but I feel as though the severe threat needs to be talked about as much as everyone probably doesn't like it being talked about, because this is important. We do have a tornado risk as we get towards tomorrow and into the Friday time frame here. Okay, so keep that in mind as we get into Friday. Friday's event looks very, very, very light, if there's even any snowfall at all. I know we originally had it for northwestern Arkansas, but I just don't see a lot of accumulation with Friday's winter weather threat. I just don't see it at all, because the system is so far north, and it's going to put a snowpack across Kansas, Missouri, up into the Midwest here. So I don't see a lot of snowfall on the Friday time frame here. I just don't. If there is, it's going to be a little bit. And I'm gonna get to this comment real quickly here, and this is what I'm worried about. This comment right here. Thank you, because no one is talking about this, and I get it. I do. You have a winter storm potential coming up as we get towards Friday. Well, not Friday. It's just Sunday into Monday. Winter storm potential will be in Missouri and Kansas, etc. on Friday. But here in Arkansas, it'd be Sunday into Monday. I get that. I get the winter storm potential. I get the Arctic cold air potential as well. We can't just throw severe weather under the rug and just pretend it doesn't exist, because winter weather is there. You can't do that, because it will burn you every single time if you do that, guys. So make sure that you do not go into tomorrow with your guard down. We do have a severe weather threat to talk about at this point here. But yeah, that's what I'm worried about, that no one is talking about the severe weather threat. Everyone's so focused on the winter storm threat, and I get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downing any winter weather concerns or anything like that. It is a high impact winter storm, but severe weather needs to be just as important here. Okay, so there's damaging wind risk as well. I got tongue-tied. Wind gusts upwards to 70 miles per hour will be possible as well with this front of boundary that's going to come in. This is the Arctic cold front that's coming in tomorrow night into the Friday time frame, with the majority of the Arctic air coming in on Saturday night into Sunday, with our storm system that's going to be coming in that's going to produce the winter storm. That's why I say Saturday will be the best time possible to get everything ready. That's a grocery store run. That's making sure your pipes are good. That's making arrangements to have your pets and your plants indoors, all the other stuff that you need to do. Get that taken care of by Saturday. Don't lollygag around. This is something that you don't want to wait to the last possible second to do, guys. Take advantage of the quiet period. I don't know why people don't do that a lot, but take advantage of the quiet period that's there and prepare yourself. That way, when you get to Saturday, you're just doing this. You're just chilling, relaxing, and you're all calm and cool and collected, instead of trying to rush and get a million things done at once, guys. So I promise I'm going to get to your questions in just a little bit at this point. And I know a lot of people are kind of tuning in as well, trying to figure out what's going on. But that's the biggest thing at this point here, okay? And then there's a large hail threat as well, mainly in southwestern Arkansas as we get towards tomorrow night and the Friday time frame here. And I want to make something clear, too. If you're leaving this live stream because we're talking about severe weather over winter weather, you're obviously not getting the context. Now, this is what we do at Arkansas Weather Watchers, is we talk about both winter weather and severe weather. We don't just prioritize winter weather over severe weather, because we all saw what happened last year. It should never be a case like that. So don't leave this live stream just because I'm not going over winter weather at the moment. Let's get this live stream out, because it goes over both, guys. It goes over severe weather and winter weather. I promise you, once we get past tomorrow's event, we're going to sit here and we're going to talk to you guys about winter weather here. But I want you guys to be prepared for both. I don't want you guys to go into tomorrow and not hearing a thing about the severe weather potential, and then all of a sudden we've got warnings to talk about, we've got watches in place and stuff like that here. So make sure we get this out for not only winter weather, but for severe weather as well here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this over. I'm gonna go over to some model data real quick. I'm going to show you guys tomorrow, and then I'm going to get into some questions here, because I'm pretty sure we've got like probably 2 questions in there, right? So we're going to get into the questions coming up here in just a little bit, but I want to show you guys this. So this is getting into tomorrow, and that just updated. That computer just randomly updated. Okay, all right, that's fine. You're going to see a updating computer behind me, but it's okay. So let's take a look at tomorrow. This is going into tomorrow night. This is about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. And there's not much going on here, but you can see by the time we get into 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, you've got some thunderstorms over here in western Arkansas. Some of these storms are going to be severe. It's going to tell you that right now. And then you can see by the time we get into the midnight time frame tomorrow night and the Friday morning, there's a lot of storms developing from eastern Oklahoma, northeast Texas, and into western and central Arkansas here. This is something that we're going to monitor very closely tomorrow night and Friday morning. We're going to have a continuous live stream, so you guys don't have to worry about that at all. But this is something that's just as important as winter weather, guys. Okay, I get the frustration with me not going over winter weather 24/7, but this is Arkansas Weather Watchers, not Arkansas Winter Weather Watchers. We go over everything that happens here across the state. Okay, so you can see this is about 2 o'clock tomorrow. Not tomorrow. This will be Thursday night, going into Friday morning. So we'll call this Friday morning. A lot of storms developing across western Arkansas. Some of these bubblers that you see across central and eastern Arkansas will have to watch closely for the potential of a few isolated supercells, capable of producing large hail, damaging winds, and also the potential of a few tornadoes as well. And this line will eventually push its way through. I'm going to switch this over to precipitation type so you guys can kind of see. This line will eventually push its way through as we get into about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then it should be out of Arkansas by the time you wake up first thing Friday morning. And you can see on the wraparound on the back side of this, northwestern Arkansas, you will transition over to Snowfall as we get towards Friday morning. I'll have an accumulation map out, timing, and all that by the time we get into tomorrow here, guys. But I don't want to take anything away from the severe weather potential as we get towards your tomorrow night into the Friday morning time frame. And then everything clears out as we get towards Friday. And I promise you guys, by Friday night, we're going to sit here, we're going to have Mountain Dew, and we're going to talk to you guys all about the winter storm potential as we get into that Sunday time frame. So you don't have to worry about me juggling both severe weather and winter weather at this point here, okay? So what I'm going to do for just a little bit, I'm also going to go over the Canadian model. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to some questions while I'm doing this, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. Let me see here. Yeah, there is the potential of power outages. Thank you, Rich, for getting that. Chris, great question. I think you'll probably have, once we get past tomorrow's event, tomorrow's severe weather threat, because I know what LZK is going to do, which is National Service in Little Rock. They're going to prioritize severe weather over winter weather. I'm just going to tell you that right now because it's so short term. They're going to focus on the severe threat first, get it out of here before they start focusing on Sunday's event. So I could see a scenario probably about Friday afternoon, Friday evening, before our live stream at 7. We'll probably have winter storm watches out, and it'll probably go for the majority, if not all of Arkansas, as we get into this point here. Okay, Philip, good question. No, because of the fact that your Arctic front's going to come in as we get towards tomorrow night and Friday. Warm front's going to drag north. It's going to have dew points to the upper 50s, low 60s. Now, this is not going to be March 31st 2.0, but I do want to kind of raise awareness about the potential of seeing some severe weather and winter weather as we get towards Friday and into that Sunday and Monday time frame here, mainly the winter storm potential then. But I don't want anyone thinking that it's just too cool for severe weather, because you can still get it regardless of what ends up happening here, okay? So, Roger, this is what I'm concerned about right there. That's what I'm concerned about. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't worry about winter weather more. I want you guys to focus on both, because this is a bias that everybody has this time of the year. You focus on winter weather versus severe weather. We'll get to the event, and then you start having warnings and stuff come out, guys, okay? I'm not calling you out because of that, and I appreciate the worry for the winter weather, but the severe threat is just as important, and I'm going to drive it down everyone's throats about it. I'm just going to tell you that right now. That's how it's going to be. We're going to talk about the severe threat too, because it's just as important. If we had a marginal risk tomorrow night, I probably wouldn't be stressing it as much as I am right now here, because I don't want anyone going into tomorrow letting their guard down at this point here, okay? So that's the biggest thing at this point here, okay? So Let me see here. Going over the questions right now. Let me see here. Flash freeze potential on Friday? No. No, because you're going to have wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour, and it's going to dry the roads Friday. So Friday night, I wouldn't worry about travel. I think you're going to be good to go by Friday night. If you didn't have the wind gusts, I would tell you watch out. But no, you're going to have 40 to 50 mile per hour winds Friday and Saturday here, which is going to dry off the roads at this point. Casey, great comment. Yeah, if your dew points are lower tomorrow, I would love to sit here and tell you guys that there's no severe threat tomorrow night and we can focus on the winter storm. I would love that. I would absolutely love that to do that. But unfortunately, like I mentioned before, we're not Arkansas winter weather watchers. We're Arkansas weather watchers. So this is what we do. We talk about both. As unpopular as severe weather is this time of the year, we talk about both, guys. But yeah, that's a good question. If your dew points are lower going into tomorrow's event, then yeah, less severe. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it. If we can get out of tomorrow without having to deal with any warnings or anything like that, then what's going to happen is I'm going to sound you all clear, and then we're going to focus 1,000% on the winter storm as we get into Sunday and to Monday here, guys. I guarantee you, if you could just get me through tomorrow, then we will do that at this point here, okay? So, Misty, yeah, I can see that. I can see that at this point. No, there's no high risk for severe weather. I'll make that clear, guys. It's just a low-end, level 2 severe weather threat for tomorrow. This is not March 31st 2.0. I'm going to make that clear. Yes, the severe threat is just as important as winter weather, but it's not going to be an outbreak by any stretch of the matter. You are going to be dealing with damaging winds and large hail as we get towards tomorrow night and Friday, but this is not going to be an outbreak of severe weather. That goes to our folks in the southeast as we get during the day on Friday, where they have an enhanced risk already set up in the southeast. But right now, no, this is not going to be an enhanced risk at this point. Christy, thank you so much. That's what I try to do. I try to balance both at this point here. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, I'm telling you guys right now, Friday night travel is going to be just fine. I'm telling you that right now. Believe me or not, it's going to be fine, because I'll show you this real quick. Let me go over and stop this animation, and we're going to go over to the wind gusts at this point, okay? So this is why I'm saying that the roads are going to be just fine as we get into Friday. You've got wind gusts almost 50 miles per hour coming in as we get towards Friday morning and Friday afternoon. What that's going to do is going to dry the roads. That's what's going to happen. If you didn't have the wind gusts Friday, then yeah, I would tell you guys immediately, especially Northwest Arkansas, that you have a flash freeze potential Friday night. But I guarantee you, you're going to be fine, because the wind gusts, what they do, it acts to dry the roads off. Any moisture that develops on the roads and stuff like that is going to dry it off because of the wind gust. So keep that in mind here, guys. Believe me or not, I have a little bit of experience whenever we're dealing with something like that here. Okay, so let me see here. Provide a Z time for Central Standard Time. So you would look at, let's say you're looking at this line coming in. This will be, let me see, I wish I had it has it over here converted, but this is probably about 5 o'clock in the morning coming through. You can see the wind gusts with the thunderstorms near 60 miles per hour, so we'll have some severe thunderstorm warnings to contend with, and then the colder, windy conditions will start moving in as we get into the day on Friday here. So I'm going to let this loop through so you guys can kind of see at this point here, okay? So, good questions here about the snow. I would rather for you guys, I'd rather see some questions about the severe threat. I think I saw some earlier. About that here. Let me see here. Would answer this question too. So basically what you would do is it'd be a light drip with all the sinks that you have in the house. That just prevents your pipes from freezing up or potentially bursting. It won't be like you don't have to do like a heavy drip. It's just a very subtle little drip for all your sinks, and that would take care of that at this point here, okay? So let me see here. Okay, Matt, great question here, okay? So is it possible that it could be all snow for the entire state and the ice and sleet get pushed southward? I talked about that earlier on, because of the fact that if temperatures are overdone with model data, then that can happen. It can get a situation where you have ice and sleet in more Louisiana, Texas, and Mississippi, and you just deal with all snow here in Arkansas. I do believe you'll have a little bit of freezing rain and sleet concerns onset, and then it'll just rapidly transition over to snowfall across the board here, okay? So what about flights? Let me get to that comment. We will have information about that over the next couple of days. I can suspect, with temperatures being in the teens and 20s and with snow, I can suspect there will be probably some flight cancellations in here in Arkansas here. So let me see here. Chandler, thank you so much for getting that, man. Like I said before, guys, I don't like talking about severe weather as much as you guys probably don't like listening to it. I get it. I really do. There's no need to lead the live stream because we're not talking about winter weather right at the moment. But I want to talk to you guys about it because it's there. If it wasn't there, I wouldn't be stressing over it. I guarantee you guys. But it's just as important as winter weather, guys. Okay, I guarantee you at this point. Okay, so Marcus, that's my concern as well, that we have some power outages as we get towards tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go over to this graphic and we're gonna go back over to timing, so you guys can kind of see tomorrow, and then we'll talk more about the winter storm potential as we get towards a little bit later in this live stream here, okay? So that's the timing. I'm going to leave it there for just a little bit so folks can kind of get a look at it and see what's going on. I want to stress this right now, guys. Please don't leave the live stream because I'm not talking winter weather. I get it, but you got to realize something too. Today's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then a Sunday. That's 4 days of live streams, coverage, all the time in the world to talk about the winter weather threat. I guarantee you guys, okay? But what I'm worried about is a lot of people are, like that one comment I saw earlier, they're more focused on the winter storm potential, and they're going to get to tomorrow night, and there's going to be a lot of storms on the board, and we're going to get bombarded with, you guys said nothing about severe weather. And we did. We've stressed about it over the last couple of days, the last live streams, that there is severe weather potential as we get towards tomorrow night in the Friday time frame. So I want to make that clear, but I want to tell you guys right now, if it was up to me, I had a choice, I'd talk about winter weather all day long, because severe weather just causes a lot of issues with damage and all the other stuff. But I promise you guys, I'm not sitting here prioritizing one over the other here. Okay, so Michael, that's a really good question. While that timing map's up on the board, I'm gonna take a look at some stuff. I'm gonna say no right now, unless the winds have trended upward, because I haven't had a chance to really look that far out. That's gonna be a no. Actually, we'll see. A couple of model data is wanting to bring wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour with that snow coming in. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that as we get towards that Sunday time frame at this point. So we'll keep an eye on it. That's a really good question. I think a winter storm warning will probably cover it, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see what the winds are going to do across the board. Okay, so let me go here. You're going to be good to go 6 a.m. Friday morning. I think the storms are going to be out of here by then, so you should be good to go by then. We'll let you know. If you have any flights or anything by that point, just kind of monitor the forecast over the next 24 to 48 hours. But right now, no. I think you're going to be good to go Friday morning. Not really expecting any winter weather or even severe weather. I think severe threat's going to be out of here by that time as we get towards Friday morning here. So you should be good to go at this point here. Okay, so let me see here. Tornado potential as we get towards Thursday into Friday. It's a low risk right now. I don't want anyone taking that low risk and saying, "Oh, well, they're talking more about severe weather than winter weather," and just ignore them. No. We don't do that here. I promise you. So tornado threat's low, but I can see if your moisture's a little higher, I can see a few tornado warnings being thrown out, especially across southwest Arkansas tomorrow night. I can see that. And there's also a situation, we get to tomorrow night, moisture looks like, crap, and we don't see any severe weather. I'd be okay with that. I'm great. It would be great if we didn't see any severe weather tomorrow night. That means we can get into Friday. I can bombard you guys with all these winter storm graphics and everything. But unfortunately, I can't do that right now. I can do both. We can talk about winter weather and severe weather at the exact same time here. Okay, so Ryan, that means a lot to me. That means a lot to me. The true supporters appreciate everything that we do here. Okay, so yeah, I'm glad you're talking about the severe weather. I want to know. Yeah, once we get past tomorrow, guys, all of it's going to go to winter weather. All of it's going to go to winter weather. As a matter of fact, I do believe probably Saturday will probably initiate what's called Winter Storm Alert Day. You guys have heard Severe Weather Alert Day here at Arkansas Weather Watchers we're probably gonna issue winter storm alert day as we get towards Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, guys. So once we get past tomorrow, Friday into Saturday, I would go to the grocery store, take care of whatever you need to take care of, because if this winter storm were to verify, you're probably not going to be able to go anywhere for a couple of days span, and there's probably going to be a lot of school cancellations. I know they're out on Monday, but I can see Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly as long as Thursday next week, depending on when we finally break that threshold of getting above freezing. So we'll have to see. What does the atmospheric stability look like for severe weather? Good point. Now, I have seen situations where the warm front doesn't make it, you're too stable, and you don't see any severe weather. I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with that, guys. But we'll have to keep an eye on that as we get into the tomorrow time frame here at this point here, okay? So thank you, Rich, for letting me know. We will have school cancellations on the app based off of counties, guys. So if you guys go and download that app, it's going to be arkansasweatherwatchers.com/app. Go download it. It's going to be very important as we get into next week. We'll have a graphic on that probably tomorrow or Friday here. So thank you so much, Rich. He's our executive director. He does an amazing job here, not only with our technology, but also managing day-to-day stuff here at Arkansas Weather Watchers here. So he does an amazing job with that, okay? So let me see here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, snow nados. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call these next couple of days here. Snow nados is gonna be the title over the next couple of days. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, so nope. Not at all. No effects. What it's going to do is actually it's going to bring the cold air here. That's why we have a severe threat, guys. That's what it's going to do. It's going to bring the cold air into Arkansas. It's going to settle it in, and then that's where you're going to bring the winter storm potential as we get towards tomorrow. As a matter of fact, let's take a look at this because I have a lot of people leaving right now because I'm talking over severe weather, and I get it, guys. I do. I understand. If I wasn't doing this and I was listening to a live stream, I wouldn't want to hear about severe weather either. But unfortunately, that's what the situation we've got at this point. Okay, so let's break this down for the temperatures here. First off, I want to play a little game with you guys. Tell me where the Arctic front is without telling me where the Arctic front is in terms of this temperature map. I want to see if someone in the comments is going to get this right. But this is what we're looking at as we get towards tomorrow night. So we've got temperatures near 60 degrees. Based off of what I'm seeing, it's a very, very conditional severe weather threat. I mean, this is just because of the fact that you have so much cold air coming in. It's clashing with a little bit of warm air we've got in place. But it's so conditional, it's not even funny. But I can see it happening across the board. So this is what we're looking at across the area here. Thank you so much. I'm getting a lot of compliments, guys. We need a bread loaf graphic. We need a bread loaf graphic here. Yeah, Jesse, do me a favor. Tonight, do not let me forget to develop that, and we can get that done. We can get that done here, okay? So, this is what we've got. Like I said before, Rudy, you didn't miss any winter weather reports, guys. I want you guys to make sure that you're not prioritizing winter weather over severe weather. This is my final warning about that. I mean, I get it. I do. I understand. But do not prioritize winter weather over severe weather right now. Once we get past tomorrow, you can focus 1,000% on winter weather. But I can't sit here and say that it's going to be, we're not going to see anything tomorrow night, and we just need to just focus on the winter storm threat. We're focusing on both right now. Until one cancels out, we're going to focus on both. So let's take a look at this, and this is associated, by the way. Tomorrow's severe weather threat ties in with that winter storm threat as we get into Sunday and Monday, because what this is doing, it's bringing the cold air here into Arkansas. You can see we get to Saturday, temperatures in the 20s and 30s. This will be the final day, by the way, that you can get any kind of preparations done. Saturday needs to be the final day that you get any kind of preparations done across the board. And as you can see, you get into Sunday, look at your temperatures across the board. So start pushing through as we get towards the area here. And then this is during the day on Monday. Temperatures, look at there, potential single digits, negatives, northwestern Arkansas, teens and single digits across the area here. So this is my final warning, guys. Do not overlook tomorrow. I don't want anyone bombarding us tomorrow about how we didn't talk about the severe weather threat, which we did. We stressed it. We did it. We've got it out of the way. But that is something that we're going to monitor as we get towards tomorrow. Let me see. There was a one. Yeah, this one right here. That was the winner. That Arctic front was in the corner of Oklahoma and Missouri. That's where the Arctic front is at this point. Okay, so let me see here. Nope, not getting any snow tomorrow. Friday, northwestern Arkansas is going to be a brief little thing, and it's going to be out of here. I mean, it's going to be kind of similar to what we saw on Monday. We had that little bit of snow up there, and then it was out, and then it was all said and done across the board here. Okay, so let me see here. Throwing another log in the fire, reading a good book, drinking hot coffee. Feel like that's something we're probably going to do Friday night. I feel like that's something we need to do Friday night here. Okay, so to get a blizzard, I do believe it is going to be 35 mile per hour winds or higher at a 3-hour period across the board. That's how you get a blizzard here in Arkansas. And right now, I don't think that's going to happen. I think your wind gusts are probably going to be 15 or 20 miles per hour at best. The heavy snowfall potential will likely warrant winter storm potentials across the area here. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, bread, milk, and eggs are important, but not if we have a power outage. Yeah, that's why I'm saying if you're planning on going to the store, I would stock up on non-perishable stuff like canned goods and stuff like that. Something that's not going to go bad. That's just in case you have power outages and stuff like that, and yeah, you have power outages and everything like that here. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, let me see for everything. So the health rate's gonna be very low up there in northeastern Arkansas as we get towards tomorrow night. We should get this through, and that should be it across the board here. Okay, so let me see here. There's the risk area for tomorrow. It's just going to be a level 2 slight risk across the board. Main threat's going to be damaging winds, large hail, and the potential of a few tornadoes as we get towards tomorrow as well here. So I'm going to break everything down. Let me go back over to our graphics real quickly, guys. And I'm going to break everything down at this point. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back over to this because some reason I had this in a synchronized order, and it did not do it. I don't understand why that is the case, but we're going to see real quick. I'm going to see if I can get that fixed across the board. So, some reason it didn't do it. Let me see if it's is it okay. All right, we're good. I don't know why that wasn't. So basically I had a slideshow for you guys, and the graphics were just all over the place. So let me see here. Okay, but you keep saying we need to talk about severe threat, but we actually aren't really talking about severe weather, timing, intensity, location. I've already gone over it a billion times. So this is the graphic. I'm gonna go back over to it, and I am talking about the severe threat, guys. Okay, I'm one person. I'm gonna be going over both severe weather and winter weather. If you ain't got the patience for it, then I'm sorry, but I'm one person, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna be trying to balance between both severe weather and winter weather over the next day, and then I will start talking about the winter weather. So I'm gonna leave this up so you guys can kind of see at this point here. Okay, so just patience, guys. I'm stressing that right now here, guys. I promise you, if you're patient with me, then that's what we've got. Okay, so Cheryl, thank you so much for backing me up. I've been talking about it over the last couple of days, actually. This is not the first time I've brought up severe weather. I've talked about it over the last couple of days here. Okay, so accumulations right now, I'm gonna talk about it later on. Right now, across the board, 4 to 8 inches north central, 3 to 6 in central Arkansas, and yeah, probably upwards to about 3 inches of snow down there in southern Arkansas. That's just kind of an over too early snowfall accumulation map, which I'll post later on across the board here. Okay, so good question. Could this get upgraded? Southwest Arkansas, if your moisture is a little higher, yeah. And don't be surprised if it does get upgraded to an enhanced risk, that we could potentially be activating severe weather alert day tomorrow. We'll have to see. The SPC did talk about that this morning at 11:30 with their 11:30 update, that we would have that enhanced risk potential down there. So we'll keep an eye on that as we get into tomorrow here. Okay, so let me see here. Yeah, and Mindy, yeah, you can always go back in the live stream and rewatch. That's the number one thing I want to stress at this point here. Okay, so Let me see here. Okay, so yeah, I completely understand when someone doesn't follow directions. Yeah, we deal with it all the time. It's okay. Let me see here. We will have Derek actually. I'll have Derek here Friday night to kind of go over the winter storm potential. So he hasn't gone anywhere. I promise you. We'll kind of collaborate that once we get into Friday here. Now, this is the overwhelming question, and it's going to be a dry snow. Because your ratios are probably going to be about 20 to 1, which is going to support high-end snowfall accumulations, but it's also going to be a dry snow. It's not going to be the wet snow that we saw about a Friday ago. It's going to be more of that dry snow. So it's going to be a little harder to kind of make snowballs and stuff like that. But, yeah, so let me see here. Okay, could snowfall totals go up? Possibly. I'm very concerned on a personal level that I'm not seeing a lot about the severe threat coming up tomorrow, which I get it. I do. I'm not upset about it at all. But what I'm wanting you guys to know, if you're not going to focus on the severe threat, which I get it, I don't want you going into tomorrow night feeling like it caught you off guard. If you've already got the information about the severe threat, that's great, that's gravy, but I don't want anyone tomorrow night coming at us saying that we didn't talk about it or it caught you off guard and stuff like that, because we're talking about it right now. We're talking about it right now, and we're talking about the winter weather threat. So keep that in mind. We're working in synchronization right now, trying to get both winter weather and severe weather into the same time frame at this point here, okay? So let me see here. We go over everything at this point. We'll have our generators and candles ready as we get towards tomorrow night if needed. Storm shelter is stocked and ready to go. Sandy's comment is multitasking because you're ready for both severe weather and winter weather across the board. So that's what I want to see, guys. Have that stuff ready. Have your generator and everything ready for tomorrow night, and you're also good to go for your upcoming winter storm potential. So that's just multitasking at this point. Let me see here. What was your ratios? Okay, so the ratios for that February 21 event was about the same way. So we'll see. Your winter storm potential is definitely on table for Sunday into Monday, but I want to get past tomorrow night before we start talking fully about that potential here, guys. Okay, so let me see here. Let me go over everything at this point. Let's see how high the winds will be during these storms tomorrow. Upwards to about 70 miles per hour will be possible as we get towards tomorrow, guys. That's why I said you're going to have a lot of storms that are going to push through. I cannot cancel out the tornado threat. I can't. If your moisture's underdone, then yeah, it'll be a damaging wind event, hail threat, and I'll be out of here. But right now, until I get to Friday morning, we're going to focus on both severe weather and winter weather. And it's going to be, a lot of people are going to be upset about it, but it's going to be okay. I guarantee you it's going to be just fine here, okay? So, let me see here. In terms of travel, in terms of which one is more impactful, it's hard because dry snow, especially with temperatures this cold, could have a lot of issues just like wet snow would do. What wet snow would do is it would weigh down the power lines and you'd have a bigger power outage threat than you would with a dry snow event. So let me see here. Yeah, great comment. Great comment, guys. Have your plan in place, severe weather. I'm very thankful. I appreciate it. Listening about the severe weather looks like we just feels like we can't prepare as much for that, but thank you. And I agree. Severe weather and winter weather, you can prepare more for winter weather than you can for severe weather. But just don't, what's the right words I'm looking for? Don't go into tomorrow thinking everything's peachy and calm and it's going to be great. Because you do have a severe threat to talk about. Once we get past tomorrow night, Friday, all attention is going to go to winter storm potential, okay? So I want to make that clear at this current time here, all right? So let me see here. They started yesterday at the stores. I'm ready. I just hope we don't lose power. Let me see here. Yeah, so I love this comment as well. We go over everything. We go over everything, guys. We don't just focus on winter weather. We focus on severe weather too. Anything that happens here. So thank you. Didn't know about the severe weather until I got on here. So I'll be getting the safe room ready. Do you know when the bad weather will hit Clark County on Sunday? if timing were to stand for Sunday, and I think I'm pretty confident to have a timing map out probably as early as Friday morning. I'm gonna defer away from it as much as possible tomorrow because we have a severe threat. I would say probably a little bit after 4 o'clock on Sunday will probably be your time frame for that snowfall to come in here. But don't wait until Sunday morning to get ready. Use the quiet period right now, and then by the time you get in Sunday, you're just chilling. You got a hot coffee or a hot cocoa or whatever, and you're just watching the snowfall instead of having to worry about going to the store and getting everything and stuff like that. Also, one more thing, and I'm going to bring my attention to this too. I want you guys to be nice as possible to the grocery store workers. I used to work at a grocery store before I did AWW, and I know how it is whenever you're talking snow. There's no need to bash them, or there's no need to be rude or disrespectful or anything like that. They are going to be working just as hard as us here trying to forecast this. So don't be rude, don't be petty to them or anything like that. Be nice, be respectful, because they are working their tails off to make sure that you have your stuff for your family. So make sure at this point. Now, Rich, thank you so much for letting me know. If you guys can do me a big favor, if you have the app right now, go update the app. Rich has informed me that it's going to ensure school cancellation alerts. So make sure that you have your app updated. Go download it. If you have the app already downloaded, make sure you go update it. Rich, you are a boss, man. Appreciate the hard work that you do for us here at Arkansas Weather Watchers, man. So let me see here. Wind speeds, 60 to 70 miles per hour will be the wind speeds as we get towards tomorrow. I promise I'm going to go over everything at this point. Actually, yes, I plan on being live for probably the next 4 days. At the same time, 7 o'clock every evening. This is not going to be the last live stream that we do at this point. Number one question I'm probably going to get tomorrow as well. No, it's not going to be too cold for a tornado threat tomorrow. I don't want anyone going in tomorrow thinking it's going to be too cold for a tornado threat. You can still get a tornado threat as we get towards tomorrow. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you guys this. And I think the 0Z is out already. So we're going to take a look at that. Give me just 1 second. And should be loading up here just a minute. It is. It's already out and it's already done. That's awesome. So we're going to take a look at that. Let me make sure. Let me look at this real quick. And let's take a look at this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let's go take a look at this, guys. All right. So this is tomorrow. And this is why I'm telling you guys to keep your weather aware. Keep yourself weather aware tomorrow evening. This is the tornado potential as we get towards tomorrow, and it has taken a bigger up jump than we've had over the last couple of days here. So make sure that you go into tomorrow with that severe weather mindset. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let's go to the next couple of days with a severe weather and a winter weather mindset. That way you're kind of prioritizing both. You have severe weather and you have winter weather. You have severe weather and you have winter weather across the board at the time. Yes, you can get the app in the Play Store. Just search up Arkansas Weather Watchers, and it'll take care of it for you at this current time here. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it happens all the time. December 10th, 2021 will be something that we'll have to watch. Yeah, definitely. The retail workers, they're going to be working their tails off. I mean, I remember when I was working down at El Dorado, there was times I had to work 10 hours plus because we just had an influx of people coming in left and right trying to get stuff for winter storms. So please be patient with them, guys, okay? Please be patient with them. And Kim, I've gone over as much as I could with the severe threat. That's going to be up to everybody else. My late grandpa always told me this. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink it. So I've got the water already set. You know where to go. That is going to be up to everyone else if they want to listen and pay attention to tomorrow's severe threat, because it is on the table, and I'm very worried that we're probably going to get to tomorrow afternoon. We're probably going to have an enhanced risk to talk about across the board, and if we do go enhanced, we will be activating the Weather Center, which we will go into severe weather alert day if we go enhanced risk tomorrow here. So keep that in mind across the area here. So, yeah, you better get some Popeyes on Red Wolf before the severe weather starts. Man, that sounds amazing tonight. That sounds absolutely amazing, man. It's 8 o'clock, though, so I can't get it, but that sounds amazing. So, thank you. I work at Walmart. Sky, we're going to talk about the winter weather coming up in a little bit, but I promise you guys, you're going to have to be patient with me. And there's going to be a lot of people mad at me. I get it. And that's on you if you're mad at me about talking about severe weather before winter weather. I've already gone over the winter weather. You can rewind the live stream. You can check out the page as well because we've had winter weather posted on the page left and right. So we're going to talk about this until this is out. We're going to talk about the severe threat too, along with the winter weather, guys. So don't get upset with me. I understand. I get it. But severe weather and winter weather are on an equal platform, guys. I hate events like this. I do. Where you have severe weather and winter weather at the exact same time. But this is something that we're going to have to monitor as we get towards tomorrow. I want to look at the precept as well. And I want to talk to you guys about this here. And I'm worried now. Yeah, so you have some supercells to deal with. And then there's a line of storms. That is a nasty line of storms coming in tomorrow. Could be some snow on the backside of this. We can switch this over to this. And so you'll have both severe weather and winter weather. And what it's wanting to do, yeah, I have a pretty good idea. This looks like what happened back on Monday, where you had a lot of storms move through, and then you had the snow on the backside for Friday. So we'll have that information out for you guys tomorrow as well here. But I don't want anyone just getting upset with me because I'm not talking about the winter weather threat at this current point here, okay? So let me see here. We'll be live tomorrow. Yes, 7 p.m., same time tomorrow. We'll be live at this point here, okay? So let me see here. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that, man. And in this industry, you're going to get people that are going to be mad at you. That's how it is. You just let it roll off your back, and it's okay. So we're going to go over, and we're gonna rewind this graphic deal that we have in place, and we're going to start back off with this. So we address both across the board here. And yeah, Allison, yeah, I get it. I do. And it's just, unfortunately, that's just the world we live in, where not everyone is nice and patient and stuff like that. That's just the world we live in. So let me see here. So let me go over here real quickly here, guys. I've seen many weather videos, and no one has been nearly as accurate as you. You should get an award. Thank you so much, Michelle. That means a lot to me. So we're going to wrap this up. I've been live for about an hour now. If you missed this live stream, I understand we had people that had in church and everything like that. If you missed this live stream, you can always rewind it, stuff like that. Patience is going to be the number one virtue over the next couple of days, guys. We have a lot of people that are going to be asking questions left and right, excuse me. And I want you guys to be patient with me, okay? I get it, but we're just one team. We have a couple of people outside of what I think now 218,000 followers. So patience is going to be the number one thing at this point. Carrie, great comment as well. So keep that in mind here. The tornado in March hit my house, totaled both of my cars. That's unfortunate. So I'm more concerned about the severe threat here, okay? So I'm worried about severe threat, but can the winter storm move slow on top of us and dump more snow than we have? Yeah, that's also the potential as well. Also, one more thing, Kim, thank you for posting this as well. Go check out our Discord. That's more user-friendly in terms of getting your questions answered a little quicker than it is on Facebook. It's not that we're not going to see it, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. And yeah, I'm very concerned that tomorrow may end up going enhanced. I'm very, very concerned about that potential across the board. So we're going to be here. People are going to be mad at me. That's fine. But we're going to talk about severe weather tomorrow if it does go enhanced. So keep that in mind across the board, okay? So let me see here. Looks like we're good. So let's wrap this up. Let's go over everything. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, 3 days. You've got 3 days to get ready for this Arctic outbreak that's going to come in as we get towards late Sunday and into the Monday time frame. Prepare for the potential of being below freezing for a couple of days as we get into next week here. Make sure the pipes are taken care of. Make sure that you're dripping your indoor faucets. Take care of that more on Saturday than right now. Prepare for potential power outages, below zero temperatures as well. Also, prepare for the potential if you're planning on going out. You're gonna have to need the blankets, the gloves, the hats, the full gas tank, and everything like that. And make sure you bring your pets in, guys. Don't let those pets sit outside where temperatures are in the single digits or below zero. Bring them inside. I mean, I understand they need to go outside for potty, but make that limited. Get it done, 5-10 minutes, bring them back in before that cold air really starts to settle in, okay? Know your counties, know your counties, know your counties. Know your county that you're in, know the counties that are surrounding you at this point, okay? Winter weather brings a ton of questions and a lot of interaction. So knowing your counties will save you a lot of time, especially whenever we're dealing with winter weather. Now, if you haven't already, and I'm going to add this to this graphic as well, go download our weather app. Rich, you're the MVP for this app, man. The radar, the storm coverage, the 7-day forecast, the alerts whenever we post something on Facebook, and now the school cancellations as well. And also follow the live storm coverage on the app as well. That's going to be feeded, especially tomorrow. Especially if we have any severe threats to worry about. So keep that in mind across the board. Very, very interactive app. Go download it at this time here, okay? Now, to answer everyone's question about what we're thinking in terms of snowfall accumulations, and I'm going to leave it here, and I'm going to answer a few more questions before we get into this event, okay? So, the biggest thing that I'm worried about is this snowfall map could either be overdone or it could be underdone at this point, okay? So, keep that in mind across the board, but this is what we're looking at this current time. Sunday, travel is going to be chaotic. When the snowfall comes in, the colder temperature is going to come in, the impacts are going to be high. Make sure over the next 3 days that you get this taken care of. Do not wait until Sunday morning to do whatever you need to do. You have 3 days. You've got 3 days. You've got tomorrow, you've got Friday, you've got Saturday. Make sure that you are prepared for not only the snowfall potential, but also the cold air that's going to follow in behind it, because we're not going to make a rapid recovery behind this. We're going to be below freezing for probably about 2 to 3 days behind the snowfall event, and it could be even longer depending on how much snow we actually have on the ground. So make sure that you're prepared for this at this current point. I want to make that clear at this time here, okay? Here's where we stand right now. We're 3 to 4 days out, with it being Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're 3 days. So now we're starting to talk about timing. We're starting to talk about the general details, the storm type, all that information here at this point. Timing right now on Sunday, to answer everyone's question about that timing at this point. And one of my guys that are listening to this live stream right now, can you put this in the comments so everyone kind of gets a feel on the timing? Timing will be from 9 a.m. Sunday morning until noon on Monday. 9 a.m. Sunday morning to noon on Monday. That is the time frame at this point. We could potentially be talking about an almost 24-hour snowfall event across the state of Arkansas. 9 a.m. Sunday morning to noon on Monday at this point. And if you can put that in the comments, make sure you put subject to change, because this could either draw out a little longer or it could be shorter. But 9 a.m. Sunday morning to noon on Monday. Everything needs to be done and completed by 9 a.m. Sunday morning. That's your pipes, that's grocery store runs, that's making sure that you're prepared to be inside for a couple of days. 9 a.m. Sunday morning is your cutoff for the state of Arkansas. I want to make that clear at this point. If you're planning on going to church, I honestly would probably not recommend it, because the weather is going to go downhill as we get into Sunday morning here. Okay, so 9 a.m. is your cutoff. You have from now all the way till 9 a.m. on Sunday to get ready for the potential of seeing winter weather as we get towards Sunday. Okay, so you have that time frame right now to get ready. That's grocery store runs, that's pipes, that's making sure that you have the necessary preparations to be inside, by the way, for a couple of days. This is not going to be a one and done when you're back out on the roads on Monday. You're going to be dealing with this probably until the late part of next week. So make sure that you're prepared to be inside for a couple of days here. I want to make that clear at this point. So Mama Donna, I would probably go ahead and do it. Give them a heads up. Tell them, hey, Sunday morning probably isn't the best time. And even if you can get it in Sunday morning, by the time you get out, probably 1, 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon, your conditions are going to be deteriorating very, very quickly. So I would recommend cancellation if possible as we get into the Sunday time frame here. So I want to make that clear at this point. But the timing right now for this winter storm is 9 a.m. Sunday morning till noon on Monday. That's everyone. That is everybody. Everyone's going to be in the exact same boat. This is going to be a broad out timing. 9 a.m. Sunday morning, noon on Monday. One of my guys already got it in the comments. Make sure that is the case at this point here. Make sure that you're prepared by this time frame, guys. And do me a favor as well. Get this live stream out. Let's get this live stream out for those that may end up not catching this because they're at church or doing some kind of event right now across the board. This is scenario number 1, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, probably by tomorrow, it's probably going to be upgraded to about, honestly, I'm pretty confident to go 90% now because of everything I've seen across the board. I've seen a slowed down timing, the system looks stronger, there's a little bit more moisture. I think you can easily get this scenario to verify, which is heavy snow across the majority of the state. Southern Arkansas, winter midst to snow. If colder temperatures were to be underdone with guidance, we could potentially be talking about the entire state. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we get towards the next couple of days here, okay? This scenario, I think probably brought down to about 10 to 20%, to be honest with you, just because I just don't see this being a faster, weaker system across the area. Now, let's revert back. Tomorrow evening into Friday, I've already got a couple of messages about is it going to get upgraded. I think if you get a little bit more lift, you get a little more moisture, I can see this going enhanced risk. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. to 3 a.m. across western Arkansas, that is where your severe threat is going to start to materialize. Central, 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. late tomorrow night into Friday morning, and into eastern Arkansas, 11 p.m. to 8 a.m. late Thursday night and into that Friday morning time frame here. So I've gone over both winter weather and severe weather. Severe weather is going to be a little bit more closer. That's tomorrow. The winter storm is going to be Sunday, and to repeat timing, 9 a.m. Sunday morning to noon on Monday. That time frame is going to be the time for the winter storm potential here. So I do believe, let me make sure, if one of my guys haven't already, make sure you get this in the comments as well here. But 9 a.m. Sunday morning to noon on Monday. That is the timing for this event, okay? But this right here, this is for the severe weather potential as we get towards tomorrow night and into the Friday time frame here, okay? This is the overall look, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. Hot Springs, possibly up to Little Rock, Arkadelphia, DeQueen, Texarkana, El Dorado, Camden, Magnolia, that area right in there. Thank you, Rich, for pinning that timing. That area is probably going to be upgraded to an enhanced risk if the moisture is a little bit higher across the board. So if we do go enhanced, we're going to upgrade the page to what's called Severe Weather Alert Day, which means every single post is going to be about the severe threat coming up. I'm telling you guys this right now. Don't get upset with us because we're talking about severe weather. If you can't understand, something is wrong. I'm stressing that right now, guys. I know the winter storm potential. I know it's there. We're talking about it as much as physically possible, but we cannot, and I refuse to sit here and ignore this severe weather threat because there's a winter storm coming right behind it. The severe threat is 24 hours away. The winter storm threat is about 96 hours away. I'm going to talk about the severe threat first. We'll get to the winter storm when we cross that bridge. And I promise you guys, we're not ignoring it. But this is a threat to life and property, and this is coming up tomorrow. If this was a week out, I probably wouldn't be talking about it, to be honest with you. But it's 24 hours out. So make sure that you're prepared for both severe weather and winter weather across the board here. But I absolutely refuse to deal with anyone that's going to get mad at us for talking about severe weather tomorrow here. So I refuse to deal with it, guys. Make sure that you are prepared for both severe weather and winter weather across the board here, okay? So this is the threat tomorrow. The tornado threat is there, the damage and wind risk is there, and the large hail threat is there as we get towards tomorrow. Timing is going to be from 8 p.m. tomorrow evening to about 8 a.m., as we get into Friday morning across the area here. So this is a legitimate threat, regardless if you see low or not. We're going to cover it like every other severe threat. If you get mad at us, I understand. That's just how it is. That's life. but we're going to talk about the severe threat tomorrow here. And then Friday, once we get this mess out of here, we're going to talk about the winter storm threat. We're probably going to do probably an all weekend winter storm coverage across the board here. Okay, so let me see here. Let me go over everything real quickly, guys. There's the tornado threat as well. I want to make this clear as well. We do have that tornado threat tomorrow. Now, we can get into tomorrow, and not much is happening with the moisture, everything busts, and then we start talking about the winter storm threat. But until this is gone, this is where our priority is going to be, especially if we get upgraded to an enhanced risk tomorrow, because that is right on our doorstep. So, tornado threats there. I'm getting concerned for my folks in southwestern Arkansas. I'm very, very concerned for my folks down there. So make sure you go into tomorrow with that mindset that yes, there's a winter storm threat coming up on Sunday, and I need to be prepared for that. You can still go to the grocery store and get prepared, but at the exact same time, you're thinking, okay, there's a severe threat tonight. Let's make sure we're good and ready to go for that. Once we get past tonight, then all attention goes to the winter storm threat as we get into Friday. At this point, there's a damaging wind threat across the area as well, from central to southern Arkansas. Like I said, I'm very concerned that we may end up getting an enhanced risk out of this. We're going to have to watch this very, very closely as we get towards tomorrow here, okay? So let's take this out a little bit more. There's a large hail threat as well here. So I will take a few more questions, making sure that we're good. My moderating team, y'all are doing an amazing job across the board. And we're going to take a look at this, okay? So let me see here. Yeah, that shape looked like California. Yeah, I know. That's SBC for you. That's SBC for you. Their shapes are all over the board. Okay, so let me see here. Flash freeze. Not expecting a flash freeze, guys. Let me make that clear. Tomorrow, in a Friday, I'm not expecting a flash freeze in Arkansas at all. At all. You're going to have wind gusts 40 to 50 miles per hour on Friday. It's going to clear the roads. The roads are going to be good for Friday. There may be a little bit of an issue onset northwestern Arkansas, especially on I-49. I don't know why. That's always a travel nightmare when we get snow. But once that clears up Friday night, you're going to be good. What I would do Friday night, though, I would go to the grocery store. I would make sure your pipes are good. Make sure you're ready for the incoming winter storm as we get towards that Sunday time frame at the current time here. Okay, so timing map will be posted as soon as this live stream is over. Make sure you go and update our app as well. That's going to give you the school closings as we get towards next week. And I do believe that will be it, guys. Okay, could there be warnings for both severe weather and winter weather? When could warnings for both severe weather and winter weather become active? Severe weather will be tomorrow. Severe weather will be tomorrow. That's going to be the time frame for tomorrow. Winter weather, I can see winter storm watches going out probably as early as Friday night or Saturday morning. So make sure that you prepare for that. Oh, Arkansas looked like California. I just got your message, Jordan. That's funny. That's funny. I don't know why. I don't know what happened with that. Let me go look. Okay, I see that. That's funny. All right, so let me see here. Please don't take all the bread and milk. Yep. Thank you so much. We do a great job keeping with the great work, and that's the biggest thing, guys. Okay, so make sure to prepare for both, guys. I love y'all. Even if y'all are upset with me tomorrow about going over severe weather, I understand. I'm not going to hold any personal grudges or anything. Everybody's subjected to their own opinions about us. That's just how it is. So tomorrow, if we go enhanced risk, we're going to have to watch for that severe threat. Once we get to Friday, I'm going to tell you guys this right now. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, full-blown winter storm coverage here in Arkansas. We just got to get past tomorrow. Once we get past tomorrow, we will go. I promise you, we will talk all about winter weather and frostbite potential and hypothermia, all the other stuff. I got a ton of graphics that are going to be coming our way this weekend. So winter storm coverage this weekend, severe weather coverage just for tomorrow. Just be patient with me just for tomorrow, guys. That's all I'm asking at this point here, okay? So we'll continue to keep you guys updated right here, your source for all things Arkansas weather.